We talking about practice.
This is the hottest sports show that's not a sports show. Let's have a conversation. What up, world? Welcome to Talkin Bout Practice, a sports show that's not just a sports show, but where we sit down and have conversations with compelling people. I'm your host, the almighty Merz. I'm excited for today's episode. We got a Vegas OG, a super Vegas OG, a multi-sport Nevada state champion in basketball and football, Missouri Tigers football alum, all Big 12 honorable mention, third team Big 12. Great person. We have a lot of mutual friends, and I just hear good things about my guy. He's also the 24th head coach at Adams State University. Let's make some noise for my guy, Jarrell Harrison.
Word, man. Thanks for having me, bro.
Yo, I appreciate you for coming, man, because I know you busy as a coach.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How's actually, before we even get into like how you've been doing, I just wanna let the people know. I don't know if you know this actually, but we played against each other in the state championship.
Yeah. I mean, I think we talked about that a while ago.
Yeah,
man,
a long time ago,
Foothill, right?
Yeah, I was playing at Foothill. Now, I was glued to the bench.
Right.
I didn't get a chance to, like, warm-ups was my game, right?
He was on the team, bro.
I was on the team, though, and I know y'all were stacked, man. Like, we had my guy Jamal Smith, Chris Crunk. We weren't really supposed to be there, right?
Yeah. We're a tough team, man. Tough team, I remember.
And y'all had P. Allen.
Yeah, man.
Nate Schulte, R.I.P.
Yeah,
Luke Gomes.
Yeah, we were good,
Amir
man.
Ahmad.
Josh Steffen.
Man.
The three-point specialist.
Yeah, all means, you.
Yeah, man, me a point guard. We were stacked, man.
Yeah, y'all were not only stacked, but you guys had like, because y'all played the year before, right? In the state tournament?
Yeah, man, we played the year before. I think Nate was on that team. Maybe not.
Right.
Actually, he wasn't.
He was like a freshman that year.
Yeah. And we lost to that Cheyenne team.
Yeah, y'all lost to Cheyenne.
Like 30-1 and almost beat Oak Hill.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so we lost to them 4 times that year. So we had experience coming to play y'all. You know what I'm saying? And so it wasn't finna happen again.
I know. And we were so new. We didn't even have a guy over 6'2".
Yeah, no doubt, man.
We were like I said, we weren't supposed to be there. But, you know, our head coach was Coach Kevin Soares. He was a beast, man. So.
No doubt. And Jamal Smith, man, he was so tough to guard, you know, man, and trying to guard him 94 feet because we were a press team.
Yeah.
And so you could tell, you know, you guys had those attributes of a team that can play. But, man, we have been through so much as a team, you know what I mean, as far as going there the year before, winning 30 games and losing, and then coming back next year and winning 30 games again. We're like, man, we can't lose this, especially with P. Allen and Nate on the team. That just made us totally different, you know what I mean? So
yeah, you guys were monsters. I mean, not only that, but like, damn, I lost my train of thought. We actually played each other. That was our third time playing each other that season. So the first time, y'all smacked us by like 25.
Yeah, I think I remember playing y'all at Foothill. I had just got out of football. I was out of shape, man, missing free throws.
Exactly, it was early.
Yeah,
it was early
I
on.
remember that. No, for sure.
And I think y'all were our first or second loss because we had Cheyenne the first game because Harvey Perry was playing with us, but then he left like right before school started and went to Cheyenne. So Source was like, yo, we playing Cheyenne first game.
Yeah.
So we beat them by like 20, played Rancho. We beat them by like 20. Then we went to Arizona, lost to like their defending state title team, and then we lost to y'all by like 25.
Right.
And after that, we didn't lose like no games. Yeah. But then the second time we played y'all, I think we won by like 10 or 15. So that state title game was big, bro.
Yeah, no, it was big, man. I mean, obviously, and we played it in Reno. You know what I mean?
Reno,
that's
man.
That was crazy about 2 Vegas teams.
Yeah.
And so, but yeah, even for us, it was huge, man, as far as going in there because y'all had a Potter.
We had Alan Potter, Chris Crump.
Yeah. And so
we had my guy Gillespie. Chris Gillespie, who was a defensive player. But all these guys, basketball was in their first sport.
Right.
I think Jamal and like all the bench players, that was it. But everybody else came from football, baseball.
No, Jamal was a cold killer, man. That's for sure.
Man. And he still is.
I watched some of his videos. I'm like, bro, I can't even move like that anymore. Dog.
Yeah, me either, man.
Coming off screens and stuff, I'm like, hey, bro, you got it, man. Yeah,
he looks like he's still in high school, man. Like
it's
crazy.
Yeah, that thing on the string, man. But
yeah,
you know, those are good memories, man, for sure.
Man, it definitely was good memories, and I'm glad I'm able to like share it with like you and Jay Spence. You know what I'm saying? Even though we was on opposite teams, like you know, we good now. So it's like it's just good high school moments.
Good high school moments that were fun, man. Real fun.
100%. And not only were you a beast at basketball, obviously football was your thing, But like, I just want people to know. So I'm gonna read off some stats. This was I don't know if it was your junior year or senior year, but you were a QB at Palo, and you played on the defensive side. But you had 729 passing yards, 683 rushing yards, 24 total touchdowns, 11 passing, 13 rushing. And on the defensive side, as a corner, you had 62 tackles. That's crazy, bro. 62 tackles and 2 interceptions, bro, with the state title.
No, man. I mean, back then, you had to play on both sides of the ball, man.
Yeah,
you know
true.
what I mean? Especially, that's what all the competitors did.
Yeah.
You know, it's a little different nowadays, whether it's right or wrong.
Right.
But, man, I wanted to play on both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
And our offense was, really rugged. You know what I mean? We didn't
Right.
pass much. We ran a lot. But when I got the pass, you saw. But, man, like, let's be on the field all day. And that's what it was about, man.
Yeah, that's true, man.
And honestly, defensive back obviously was my bright spot as I chose to play in college, man. So, but, man, playing DB was like playing hoops, man. You know what I'm saying? Somebody on the fast break, it was just guarding somebody, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's how I took it. Mm-hmm. And plus, I stopped growing in height and started growing in width, and I'm starting to get, different letters from bigger schools. I'm like, let me play this over here, man.
That's the what type of schools were recruiting you in high school?
So, man, like I said, man, basketball was my first love. And so I would get the Northern Colorados, the Cal State Fullertons and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And then so my sophomore year, when I completed my first year starting varsity quarterback, you start getting the Oregons, you know what I mean? And the Arizona State.
Some of the Pac-12s.
Yeah, and I was like, all right, what are we talking about? And then you kind of see where the game is going too, man. Like, I'm a 6'2" point guard. My jump shot's all right. You know what I mean? Like, I can penetrate, but, there's not too many 6'2" safeties and DBs that can move like I can move.
Yeah.
And so when we're talking business, you know what I mean? Or, obviously playing at the highest level and competing at the highest level, it was kind of an easy decision to make for me, man. Like, I love basketball, but are we talking about, and there's nothing against the Northern Colorados. Those are great institutions, but I just wanted to play with the best, and it was playing football for me specifically.
Yeah, 100%. And I think watching you in college, man, it like you said, you don't really see a lot of 6'2" defensive backs. So just seeing you out there, like you look big out there. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
So I mean, I would hate to be on the offensive side and you get an interception and you running towards me. I would be like, man, look, man.
Yeah, man, it's time to get it, man. It's time to get it. Heads up here, man. Yeah,
you know what I mean? So that's good, man. Shit, man, how's life though?
Man, life is good, man. Just coaching, man, doing what I love to do. I'm living in Colorado. It's a beautiful state, man. The winters are you got to get used to those for sure.
Especially you coming from Vegas,
man, coming from Vegas, but man, in a small town. With a great community and a beautiful university, man, and life is good for me, man. It couldn't be any better. You know what I mean?
You were just in LA?
Yeah, man. I was just out there in LA, man, visiting some Vegas friends for real. They moved to LA. So like I said, man, got to go out there for a few days. Like, this is the month that all kind of college coaches are off before.
Yes, you gotta do whatever you want.
Yeah, kind of things get hectic in August, man. So I went out to LA. Yeah. Kind of hit the sea for a little bit, man. Was out on the boat. Just got to hang out with some friends, man.
That's dope, man.
Let the hair down from football for a little bit, man.
I seen that you went and watched Ohtani play in the Angels.
Yeah, man. He hit two long balls, man. That's crazy, and 10 strikeouts, man. It's crazy witnessing greatness in person, man. You know what I mean? Like, you see it on SportsCenter and stuff like that, but like, people who are truly on top of their game, but also people who are truly rewriting history, man.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
True, man.
For a pitcher to get up there, and I mean, it was effortless too, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and the people of Anaheim or the fans of the Angels, man, they love him every time he comes to bat, man. Bro. It's like
100%, man. I heard my boy. He was talking to a sports agent, and he said that they're really close to possibly seeing $1 billion contract. I don't know if you've been keeping up with the NBA's contract, but there's some like high-paying dollars for some players. I didn't even feel like should be getting them dollars.
Yeah, the NBA handing out cash, man.
So, easy.
Yeah, I saw where they were saying like $500 million, and one GM was like, that's too low. And I agree, man. I'm balling on both sides of the plate, man.
100%.
From 100%. The mound and from the batter's box. And it's something we haven't seen before, and usually in sports, when somebody is doing something we haven't seen before. I Pat Mahomes, Steph Curry, you know what I mean? Those type of their deals kind of reflect that.
Yeah,
you know
and then that's when you see they kind of set the bar.
Yeah, exactly.
Moving forward.
Yes, exactly. And so I see it, man.
I can see Otani. I know if any sport does it, it's going to be baseball first.
No doubt.
They got the bread for it.
No
you know
doubt,
what I mean?
Man.
So we can definitely see that. I want to kind of get into like your coaching career. I know you got hired as the head coach at Adams State in 2021.
Yeah.
But prior to that, you got hired on as a GA.
Yeah.
But before that, you were coaching out here. And I know, like, I don't think people understand the struggle for coaches trying to get into the ranks as college. So could you kind of take us through that?
Yeah, man. It's funny that you bring that up because I try to tell people, you know, the humble beginnings of coaching, man. You know what I mean? You know, they see the head coaching part, but man, like you said, I was out here, you know, at AAU games, 8 a.m. in the morning, full court pressing. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get a dub and develop young men to go to college, man. And so it started from that, man. To be honest with you, when I graduated college, I didn't know what I wanted to do, man.
Okay.
I was like just trying to figure it out. And
like most people.
Most people, man. Honestly, most people trying to just figure out what they want to do with the rest of their lives. Football wasn't it. I didn't know if I wanted to coach right away. That wasn't even on my mind.
Really?
Yeah, man. And then one day I was with one of my boys, man, and he was coaching at old Callahan Middle School.
Okay.
And he was like, just got to talking ball. And we were talking about zone and, you know, how to score in the zone. And we went to practice, and I was just sitting there, boom. And I just got to messing around, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then my boy Jamar, he was coaching 5-star hoops at the time.
Yeah.
I'm sitting at the gym, and he has like 50 kids in there, man.
Yeah.
He's like, man, just take the freshmen. So we get the scrimmage in, and, you know, I make a few adjustments. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, this is it.
It's kind of fun.
Yeah, this is it, man. And so I found myself like, you know, before AU tournaments, you know, kind of jotting down notes and stuff like that. I get to games an hour early to get my game plan ready and my speech ready. And I'm like, this is the same way I prepare for games. You know, that's when you know you care. I ain't just showing up.
100%.
I ain't getting paid for this. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you don't get paid at youth sports,
bro. I'm broke. I just got out of college. I don't even, you know what I'm saying? I'm sleeping on my boy's couch. Yeah. Don't even got a whip, but I'm trying to get this dub tonight.
That's
you know
crazy,
what I mean?
man.
And so I found a passion that way, just trying to get young men to see something in themselves that they never thought was possible through a round ball. And the same thing that happened to us when we were younger. Like, dang, I could do that if I put that work in. Yeah. And not like, oh, it's me, the coach. No, it's, you know, that young man put that in. And so also being able to give back to what was given through me through my coaches, man. I always say that some of the best people in my life were coaches. You know what I mean?
Same, man.
That kept me, you know, doing the right thing or taught me how to do something that I was never taught. Yeah. One of my coaches taught me how to study, man. You know what I mean? Or taught me small things I learned how to tie a tie at, you know, one of our basketball events. You know what I mean? Where one of my teammates
taught me to dress out.
Yeah. So, you know, one of our teammates got up, boom, showed us how to tie a tie. We all teaching each other. It's like it's a family. You know what I'm saying? And so you want to be able to give that back, you know, not only to people who come from great families, but people who need you. Yeah. People who may not need you, they just love the sport, but they can learn things through the sport, man. And so that was the biggest driving factor for me, and also the strategizing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's like, as a coach, too, that's one of my favorite parts is strategizing, man.
No, man, going against the next guy, man, you know what I'm saying? Just putting your wits up, you know, he may go to this, so you go to this. And so that's one of the cool parts too. Yeah, and then you got your counters. You see him hop into this type of offense. Well, let's switch it up to this defense. You know. Yeah, man, that's always the good part, man. And so, but man, and that's kind of how I got into coaching. And then just it started out with football. Obviously, I had the background in football. Yeah. And so that's where it started out trying to get into college, man. But it's hard to get into college, man. You know.
Yeah, I bet. How many teams did you apply for?
I probably couldn't put a number on it, but I tell you, it took me about 3 years of applying, 3 to 4 years. Yeah, no, like seriously.
And you being like a perennial college football player,
you know,
man.
Your former coaches, you know, the other GA jobs that may be out there, you know, they go to another guy or you never hear back from this coach. So it takes a while, man. You know what I mean? There's people who played in college that are still trying to get in it, man. So to get in it the way I did was a blessing. And some people, look at it as, it's hard to get into and you don't make a lot of money right away, right?
100%. I bet that.
And so they may turn it down, but, I was right there, ready to go.
What was your first offer?
So, man, what's funny is, it's funny how I even got into it, man. So, I was being recruited by UNLV a long time ago, right? Back in high school.
Or to play?
Yeah, to play, right?
Got you.
And so one of my, they give you a host when you go on these visits. Mm-hmm. So my host was a starting safety, Jay Staggs, at the time.
Oh, okay, dope.
Yeah, Jay Staggs. He still lives out in Vegas. He's actually the defensive coordinator at Faith Lutheran right now, man.
Yeah.
And so we just hit it off, man. We were real cool. Even after that, man, real cool. And I hadn't even really talked to him since that time, right? But I kept up with him and stuff like that. Obviously, I went to Missouri. He graduated, went on, had a cup of coffee in the league with the Bears, and then started coaching. But I had been applying, and then I saw Adams State was looking for a running backs coach.
Oh, okay.
And the person who put the post out was Jay Staggs. And I'm like, let me go double check to see if this is the same guy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I had been hearing, like, if you really want to get in, man, you need to know some people. It's about who you know. And so it was the same Staggs I knew. So, boom, I went straight to Twitter. Yeah. And like, hey, bro, I would love to have this job, man. Like, let me know. And it had been two weeks that went by. I didn't hear anything. So I was like, man, let me get ready for my season at Vegas High School. I'll try again next year. You know what I mean? Because it happened so many times. And I get a random call like 3 days before practice is supposed to start.
Oh, wow.
And he's like, hey, man, we got this job opening, coaching running backs. We'll pay for your masters.
That's fire.
$400 a month. And I was like, yo, where do I sign? Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, $400 a month.
$400 a month, man. And so at that time I was broke though, man. I had like $360 in my pocket, man.
Damn.
The plane ticket to Colorado Springs was like $169. Man, I bought that ticket so fast. Yeah. Stayed at Jay's house for two years. Right. Yeah, man, man, that's one of my dudes, man. Helped me get into coaching, man, taught me how to coach. And so, yeah, GA, man, got my master's, made $400 a month.
Did you work another job while doing that?
Nah, man, my man's let me stay rent-free, man. Go to class. Love. Yeah, man, and just let me fully invest in coaching, you know what I'm saying, and going to school. So, writing papers for masters it ain't no small feat, bro. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, bro.
So I'm always appreciative of that, of him giving me that avenue, man. So because he understood, and so man, did that for 2 years, graduated, got my master's. Then
congrats by the way.
Yeah, appreciate it. Same with you, man.
Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, man.
And so, but the main thing of being a GA, man, is like, I coach the running backs, but I ain't got no say so in this. You know what I mean? Like I am the graduate assistant. I'm doing what the head coach needs me to do, what the offensive coordinator needs me to do. And plus, I played defense in college, I was going in there coaching running backs. Yeah. Like, it was basically a second master's because I'm learning, run game from the offensive line. This is stuff that the defensive backs don't pay attention to. Yeah, bro, we
don't have to focus on.
Yeah, we looking for the secondary call. Cool. All right, let's go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I'm good. And so now, but I'm learning, how offensive linemen step, how offensive coordinators like to think. And so I'm just sitting back, making sure I'm doing my job to the best ability. I know how to run the rock from my days of playing. Right. But I'm trying to, implement how this coach wants me to do it, but also learning, okay, this is how you do inside zone. This is what power looks like. This is what counter looks like. Wow. You know what I'm saying? And so now it helps me being a defensive guy because I know how they think. You know what I'm saying? When they get to the 50-yard line, bro, here comes a deep ball. Yeah,
you know exactly what they're about to do. Yeah,
I've been in the meetings. You know what I'm saying? And so, when you're going through these type of things, you don't know how they'll help you, man. And some people, are so fearful of something different. Yeah, $400 a month. You know what I mean? Oh, coach your offense. You know what I mean? You ain't really got no say. Oh, I'm good. Yeah. You know what I mean? I was like, no, teach me, man. Yeah, teach me and let's go. So. That was huge for me, man. It was huge.
I think that's one thing for people just in coaching in general, new to the game. I think for me at least, I had the same mentality. When I started coaching with Chad at the high school level, I was a sponge. I told him, I said, I want to learn everything even football shit. Yeah. He was showing me how people line up and how I know someone's an eligible receiver. I was just learning shit just because I wanted to know. And if you don't have that mentality, you're not gonna go anywhere, man.
And that's with anything in life, right?
100%,
you know what
man.
I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
gotta learn.
That's the best way to be, man. Is a sponge, especially when you're learning from somebody about these type of things. Because I was reading actually the Book of Five Rings, man.
Okay.
It's about,
Who wrote that?
Miyamoto Musashi, man. It's about about he's one of the most feared samurais in Japan history.
Oh, wow.
And so he's killed over 60 men in battle, man.
Damn.
And he talks about if anything is anything, then everything is everything.
Mm-hmm.
And so having an appreciation for every art, I can't appreciate my art if I don't appreciate yours. And so, the stroke or the slice of a sword is like the stroke of a paintbrush. And so every artist needs to understand, every different art. And so not understanding football or understanding the art you're going to experience, what are we talking about? So understanding football. For me, man, football, basketball, soccer, hockey, we're all trying to get the ball into the middle of the field.
Yeah.
If the ball gets into the middle of the field, of the court, great things happen.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And so all
got
of
a lot of control if that
exactly.
happens. Yeah.
And so just like in basketball, if I can penetrate and get the ball to touch the middle of the key, we're going to get some great things going for the offense.
Press defense, zone defense, get the ball in the middle.
And so to understand those fine things in the different shape of the balls, you know what I mean? It's understanding the art, man. And so, yeah, man. So, those type of things of blending them together, blending the different arts and understanding who's the eligible receiver or whatever the case may be, man, it's being that sponge, like you said.
Yeah. I think that's the beauty of it as like someone like me or you or anybody that's trying to level themselves up and get to the higher ranks of coaching is you got to be a sponge. You got to be a player just as much as you are a coach still.
No doubt,
you know what
man.
I'm saying?
No doubt.
So that's super dope, man. JUCO All-American.
Yeah.
2-time starter at Missouri. I see that it was difficult for you to find a coaching gig.
Yeah.
When you seen the opportunity to get the head coaching job at Adams State, did you apply for it? Did you what was the move? Did you just kind of sit back and say, I'm gonna just let God handle this shit or what?
Yeah, man. So with college, man, and college coaching jobs, it ain't just like you hop on Indeed and you know what I mean?
Yeah,
boom, boom,
it's
boom.
different, yeah.
Yeah, man. So by the time they post a job, man, they've already got 5 people they can talk to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so with the Adams State job, man, it's kind of crazy how that came about, man, because as an assistant, man, you're recruiting a lot of these guys. You're on the road, man, recruiting, finding dudes that can play, talking to coaches, you know what I mean? Staying in the hotel here. I'm in throughout Northern California, all through Denver.
Yeah.
And so a lot of these kids. And then I became special teams coordinator. And so now I'm working with offense and defense, right? So when I moved to the defensive side of the ball, sometimes you don't see the offensive guys or kids as much, right? But as a special teams coordinator, I'm working with both sides. And so I'm always seeing these kids, whether I recruited them, you know what I mean? But also I'm a player's coach, man. Man, I'm talking to everybody. Man, how your day going, man? How your mom's doing, right? Yeah. Hey, man, don't be missing class. All of that type of thing.
You building relationships.
Right, no matter what side of the ball. And that's just me, you know what I'm saying? And so throughout that time, you get to know these dudes, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, too, as a GA and a younger coach, I ran study hall. You know what I'm saying? So I'm seeing them outside of football
You're probably seeing them more than the head coach.
Exactly. I'm seeing them outside of football hours where they're most vulnerable, where, this assignment may be tough or it may be easy, but I'm going to go in here and slack off a little bit, and Coach Harrison is the one on me.
Right.
And so when the coaching change came about, when our head coach, he took another job, the kids kind of just went to the AD, was like, hey, we want Coach Harrison.
That's fire,
and,
bro.
You know what I'm saying? That's
fire.
It was plain as that, man. You know what I'm saying? And AD called me and was like, boom, here we go, interim head coach.
Yeah.
I think kind of, seeing what I wanted to do. But at the time, she was interim. And so funny thing about the AD, man, who's a wonderful lady, man, Kaylin Smith, she kind of came, we were both like GAs at the same time, man.
Right.
She kind of worked her way up. And so she was coaching women's basketball. And I would actually, after practice, go in there and do scout team stuff, man. So we came up together, man. So it's kind of cool to see us both. She in the AD spot.
So she understood the grind. She was right with you with it, man.
Yeah. She understood our kids because she had been there. She wasn't like an AD who had just came in. But she saw me work, man, and that's what, a lot of people say too, man, every day's an interview.
Yeah.
Every day's an interview, man. Not that you don't got to be yourself or whatever the case may be, but, every day's an interview. How you carry yourself, how you treat people, man, how you do your work, how you go about your work is an interview. You never know who's going to be where. I wasn't working hard because I knew she'd be the AD, and I didn't even know.
Yeah,
you know
and that's crazy that you say you gotta be like this. Is the same saying, like, stay ready. You don't gotta get ready.
Point blank. Period,
you know what I'm
man.
saying? And for her too, like when you're in her position, right, and you finally get the call, like I'm gonna be interim AD,
right,
and you have these jobs. I gotta fill these positions. We gotta make sure that my name has to look good.
right.
She could have easily just, went and hired somebody who's already been doing it. But for her to trust you says a lot about her.
Absolutely, man.
You know what I'm saying?
So it was a huge deal, man. And so huge for me, man. That's why I worked my butt off for her, man, to show her respect. Yeah. And she's doing a great job leading us, man. But yeah, man, that's kind of how it came about, man. The players just went straight to the AD like, yo, we want Coach Harrison. And boom, kind of popped off from there, man, and let's
that's
get
dope,
it.
Man. And congratulations, bro. I don't know if I've ever told you that, but that's a big feat, man, especially from where you started.
Right.
You know what I mean? Coaching with 5-star. I think they turned into the prospects.
Yeah.
And now you coaching NCAA head coach football. That's big, man.
No doubt.
I kind of want to ask you a couple questions because I was actually looking forward to hearing your name in the draft.
Right.
Bleacher Report had you in the 2011 NFL draft. They said that you would make an immediate impact with any team that picked you up. You were probably one of the top defensive backs in the NFL draft. Yet your name wasn't called. And this draft was pretty crazy. Cam Newton went first. Von Miller was there, A.J. Green, Julio Jones. A lot of guys picking for fantasy. They were in that draft, right? J.J. Watt, Allen Smith. I don't know if it was it an injury in one of your pro days, or was it just you didn't get your name called? Take us through that moment, man.
No doubt. And so if you don't know, that year was the lockout year as well.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So after the draft, teams weren't even allowed to talk to potential free agents. Usually after the draft, you see guys getting signed right away. Yeah. And so that wasn't allowed as well. So that kind of hurt a lot of people, free agent wise. I mean, I can use many factors, man. I thought I should have, at least got a look at it, man. But, looking back at it, man, that's kind of the way the life goes, man. Mm-hmm. And one thing I tell my kids about the NFL, man, this is the first time in your life, in the game you love, that you don't get to choose it. It's choosing you.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? And it's choosing whether you're worthy enough to go on, and you can't put your worth in that. And so, back then, of course, I felt worthy enough to play in it. But, I think there was a lot of factors, could I run a faster 40 at my pro day? Absolutely. Yeah. Maybe even lifting 225 maybe 3 or 4 more times. Do I think the lockout played a factor? Because I still got calls, Texans, Falcons, but, it just didn't work out. And then when the lockout lifted, it was just they already had their squads, man. And so I thought there were many different factors, man. I think the lockout played a huge factor for a lot of people that were in my area as far as, late round free agent, because there was no immediate contact for, I think, a good few months right after the draft, man. 100%. And it was a long time. And there was guys I knew that were really good players that didn't get a shot. You know what I'm saying?
Get lost in the mix when it's 2 months go by and nothing happens.
Absolutely, man. And so, I think it's a multitude of factors, man. There's multitude of factors on my end that probably could have been better as far as being more prepared. But also, I think we all land where we're supposed to, man.
Exactly,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And but also too, man, I think that's when you try to tell people about professional football, professional basketball, man, the small details that go into everything, your preparation, right? Everything. Because there's so many people that make it to that level and are successful at that level, let alone sit the bench, let alone, get minutes, right? And so, that's competitive. It's very competitive, man. And so, but I'm grateful for where I am, man.
I bet you are, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
When you got that head coaching position, was it difficult to hire your staff, or were they kind of already there and you kind of just say, hey, I want y'all to stick around?
My role wasn't natural, right? I go from GA to position coach to head coach. Usually go from coordinator, right? Yeah. You coordinated for 10 years and now you're ready for the head coaching job. Mine was boom, boom, bam, right? Yeah. And so, there's a lot of learning on the job. But as far as staff goes, man, I had a few guys there with me that I worked with that I really trusted, that I hired. And then it's about, contacting people that you trust in the business. Yeah. And asking who they know. And so this is why it's so hard to get in. Like, people don't understand this. Like, they think it's just, I've applied for this job at USC.
I got the credentials.
No. Or I've coached for 10 years.
Yeah.
It's about, who you know, or, about who knows you, because I'm going to call somebody if I'm looking for a coach and say, somebody that I trust, somebody that I've worked with before, or somebody's mind that I just respect, right? And say, man, I'm looking for an offensive line coach. Who do you know? And they're going to say, man, I know this young guy. He'll do great for you. Boom.
Right.
And we end up connecting. I interview him. And then, I went from not knowing him 2 weeks ago to knowing everything about him.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? All through someone else's call. And that's how all of these things work, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It ain't just hop on Indeed, like I said earlier, and apply. It's no, man. I met Chuck 5 years ago at a convention, and Chuck saw me do my thing, and somebody called Chuck asking for a young defensive back coach or a DB coach.
Yeah.
Oh, man, Jarrell was a good one, man. Check him out.
Right.
And that's how these things roll, man. At the biggest of stages, Alabama, you know what I mean, the SC at Adams State. And so that's kind of how I put the rest of my staff together. And then at my level, man, it's about finding hungry dudes that just want to get after it. You know what I mean? Because at my level, it ain't about the money or the buyouts or nothing like that, man. It's about, wanting to prove yourself and, wanting to teach kids how to live their best life through the game, but also wanting to win. And we got dreams too, right?
Yeah, exactly.
We want to be big-time coaches and, whatever that dream is. Some coaches want to just be coordinators, but whatever that case may be, you're still fighting for that. You know what I mean?
And since somebody like you who's, pretty much came from the depths, the bottom, right? So we speak. That's the thing is something that you probably look at when you're I guess analyzing somebody to join your staff. Yeah,
man, that's something you really got to look at, because there's not like, some like I said, some big buyout or whatever the case may be that I can offer, but there's an opportunity, man, to get into the game, right? To solidify yourself and make yourself, and put yourself on that path of the dreams that you want.
Right.
And so that's definitely something I look at for sure, man, because that's obviously what I went through just trying to get to this point. You know what I mean? So that's very important to me.
Yeah, that's dope, man. I kind of want to, before I get into this next segment, I want to get your thoughts on Deion Sanders. You guys are fellow Coloradans now, man.
Yeah, man.
What's up, man? What's your thoughts on Deion Sanders, man?
Man, I love pride, man.
Yeah, me too, man.
A lot of people are going to have opinions about what they don't understand, you know what I mean, or what they don't know or what's different, man. And I'm very confident. I don't know why people are so shocked. Like, you know what I mean? He was a confident player. He's a confident coach. And who wouldn't want to have a confident play for that type of confidence, man?
Seriously, man.
And everybody should be that confident in their ability. He just shows it outwardly. Yeah. Like, I'm very confident in my coaching. I just go about it different ways, man. And, a lot of people hate prime because they wish they could outwardly be like that, right? But I think, I think he's doing a good job, man. Yeah. He was brought there to do one thing, bring, relevance to Colorado football. And that's exactly what he has done, right? Yeah. Everybody talking the road.
And he hadn't even played the game yet, man.
He didn't play the game, man. And recruits want to play for him.
Yeah.
Right? And so now for him, as the head coach, it's about putting smart coaches around me.
Yeah.
And being the CEO of this thing, making the structure right for all my coaches to be successful, all my players to be successful. And he's done exactly what they've hired him to do. Yeah. And you want me to win. Yeah. Right? I know what winning looks like. Yeah. So let me do my thing. Yeah, exactly, let me do my thing, man. And so, people are just thrown off by the different way it's done. Yeah. And they don't care, there's nobody talking about the coach who gets hired at, a random Big Ten school and silently the players enter the portal. Right.
Exactly. Like, just so they can play for him.
Yeah. Well, or, hey, I'm the new coach, man. I'm going to bring in my guy. Those conversations are had all the time.
Yeah, that's at every school, man. And that's so, not even football. Basketball, too.
It could be tennis. All of these coaches are having these conversations. And they don't even say, like, hey, enter the portal. But, hey, man, we're going in a different system, we're going in a different direction. Right. You know what I mean? I get plenty of guys that drop down to my level that, the coach stopped talking to them. Right. You know what I mean? Or the coach is skipping over their film now. You know what I mean? It's like, all right. And so, when he's so brash about it so people can pick at it, right? Right. And so he's not doing anything different than anybody else in college football is doing.
It's just magnified because who he is, right?
And who he is, man, and it's different, right? And it's Colorado, and so And he's gonna be loud about it, right? We coming, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's prime, man.
Yeah,
He's always been like
so
that,
I think
man.
people being surprised about it is very weird to me.
Yeah.
But I wish him nothing but the best. But I like it, man. College football and football coaching, period, needs, a little different step to it rather than the coach getting up there, well, we played our best.
Yeah.
And we're gonna go down here and we're gonna give it all we got. You know what I mean?
Everybody says that,
That's
man.
what I'm saying, man. Probably gonna give it, hey, man, we ain't play worth the crap.
Yeah,
you know what
exactly.
I mean? So, I think that's the way football's going, man. And however you want to coach your team, coach your team.
Yeah, because you're the head coach. And no one can say anything about that.
Exactly, man. Coach your team, we're going to coach ours. And we'll, as long as we offer the kids, whatever.
Yeah, so that's true, man.
That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, that's gems right there, man, for real. All right, man, this next segment, I know you're not drinking, but this next segment is called Choose One or Shoot One. I got it from Drink Champs. They do Quick Time with Slime. And basically the rules are, I'm going to give you two people.
Right,
Okay?
I saw that.
If you can't decide on who it is, or if you want both of them, then we got a drink. Right. So I'm gonna take a sip of my drink. I know you got your vitamin water.
We got vitamin water here, man.
But so we gonna go through a list of people. It's sports, music, because I know you a music head too.
Word.
And then just talk, we can talk about it, have a conversation. So the first one I always talk about: Allen Iverson or Steph Curry.
Man.
It's a tough one, man.
Way you went there already?
Yeah, from the top, bro. From the top of the jungle.
Yikes. that was off the top rope. Man. Nostalgia might overtake this one, man. Just because of what AI mean to the culture, man.
Yeah, man.
AI, man. I got to go AI.
100%, man. We're 4-0. I had 4 interviews. You're my 4th one.
Yeah.
We're 4-0 with Allen Iverson, man.
No doubt.
Yeah, Allen Iverson is just, he doesn't have any rings. But his accolades speak a lot for him, and just the way he played on the court, 6 feet, 160 pounds.
And taking that team to the finals, right? Winning MVP, 6 foot, but also what he meant to cats like me, myself, man. Just, being himself, right? We ain't never seen cats with the braids,
cornrows, tattoos,
man. And so, man, so I had to go with that. Steph, listen, that's a baller, though.
Yeah,
but
he is. No,
the
can't take that away from him, man.
The nostalgia with AI is there for sure,
man.
For sure.
100%, man. All right, Ray Allen or Reggie Miller?
Ooh, come on, man. I think I got to go Ray Allen, man.
Ray Allen on this one?
I got to go Ray Allen.
Yeah. Ray Allen was a great fucking shooter, man. But I definitely think that Reggie Miller paved the way for a lot of guys like Ray and Steph Curry.
No doubt.
But Ray Allen was one of them dudes.
Yeah,
he didn't have to sit in the Jordan era, so that was
for sure. Yeah, for sure.
All right, Kobe or Mike?
Ooh, I gotta go Mike, man. Sometimes I dream that he is me. No, man, I think I grew up in that era too. That I was young enough to see Mike as he, progressed. Like it wasn't just the '96 Bulls, '97 Bulls. You know what I mean? Like, I remember the young Mike, and so. Kobe did his thing. Don't get me wrong. I love Kobe to death, man. Rest in peace, Kobe.
Rest in peace, Kobe, man.
But for me, man, Mike is the Black Jesus, baby. Black Jesus,
you go, man. Black Jesus. And, you seen him get bullied by the Pistons, man. Mm-hmm. So that's big. LeBron James and Magic Johnson.
Ooh, I got to go LBJ, man.
LBJ.
Man, you know what, man? I don't think LeBron gets all his flowers, man. As a person, right? And as a ball player, but, even from that size of ball handling, right? Passing, I got to go LBJ, man. Yeah. I got to go LBJ.
Yeah, and LeBron, like you said, man, he doesn't get his flowers. Like I feel like people hate on LeBron more than they actually, And one thing I learned, I used to hate on Kobe as an Allen Iverson fan, obviously. Right. But towards the end of his career, I learned to appreciate him.
Yeah, man. I think the thing a lot of the sports shows, man. I was talking to my boy about this, man. We talk about the Mike and LeBron thing, man. Because basketball's art, right? The way you shoot. The way 100%. One person dribbles, right? That's kind of art. Yeah. Kyrie doesn't dribble like the next person, right?
Yeah.
And we judge art so deeply, Mike versus LeBron, that we find these small, minute things, right? Yeah. Well, LeBron has lost these many finals, or Jordan got beat by the Pistons, and it's like, yo, we are finding these small, minute. It's like going up to the Mona Lisa and be like, there's a spot. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, there's a spot, right?
Yo, man, like let's. And so that's the one thing that come out of these debates, man. Right. So, but yeah, man, Mike's my guy though.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Mike, man.
Yeah, man,
definitely. let's see here. Or LeBron, my bad. We was talking about LeBron.
Yeah.
Bo Jackson or Deion Sanders?
Man, so I think I was super young with Bo, man. When Deion was doing it, though.
Yeah, I mean, different sides of the ball, but they're both dual athletes, right?
I think Bo, the athleticism, right? Even the highlights, you see the strength and the running the football. And I like Deion. I like Deion, man. Yeah. I got to go with Deion.
Yeah, I'm a big Deion fan too. Like you said, man, we seen it, man.
Well, I think too, man, that era, I'm the best, man. Like, it was prime.
And we never seen an athlete, not just a football player. We never saw an athlete with all the chains on.
Nah, man.
With the Jerry curl, like
call it prime time, baby.
Yeah, prime time, man. All right, Barry Sanders or Walter Payton?
So, man, what's crazy is, man, when I was a little kid, my mom was on a plane with Walter Payton and got his autograph.
Really?
Yeah, man, on a Southwest napkin, the old Southwest napkin.
Damn, you still got it?
Yeah, man, the old ones, man. So, yeah, it's pretty dope, man. So, Barry's dope, but I got to go with Walter. Man,
Walter
he signed that for my mom's. Man, my mom's went up to him and was like, hey, can you sign this for my boys?
Yeah.
Signed it, boom.
That's love, because he could easily be like, nah, man.
Yeah, man, and they were on the plane. You know what I'm saying? And so I gotta go with Walter, man. So that's a funny story or a dope story, man.
Yeah, that is a dope story, man. All right, we're gonna do some Vegas legends, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
We're gonna do some Vegas athletic legends. DeMarco Murray or Brandon Marshall?
Oh man. I gotta go with Marco, man. You know, I think Brandon might have been like a year younger than me. Maybe so what's so crazy is that we played the University of Nevada one year, man. Colin Kaepernick was the quarterback.
Yeah.
And
he was also in that draft class too.
Yeah, man. And Brandon Marshall was on that team, man. But I gotta go with Marco, man. I had some good battles with him, man.
Yeah.
And what's crazy, Marco was a basketball player, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he was.
Man. Marco used to catch him off the rim, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like
nasty athlete, bro.
Yeah, man. And so, to see him running the rock, I got to give it to Marco, man.
Yeah, man.
He was a cold athlete, man.
Yeah, DeMarco, he was a co-athlete. Spray tan, remember that?
Yeah.
Spray tan. All right, P. Allen Stinnett or Shabaz Muhammad?
Man, you already know I gotta go. I gotta go with your guy. Listen, Shabaz made the league and all of that, man. And I don't know much about him, but listen, man, I got to see P. Allen up close in front for like 2 years, bro.
Yeah.
And I talk about this with a lot of people all the time, man. Like, that's one of the most pure hoopers I've ever seen. You know what I'm saying? Like, just roll out of bed and just give you something, you know what I mean? And
he played like it too, man.
It was, what's crazy is like you see him grow too as, we hung out, man. And man, there's nothing for Pierre in the East Bay in the game, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I seen him drop 42. I seen him, you know what I'm saying? Just do crazy stuff, man. It was just natural to him. He was a D1 basketball player, man.
Yeah, Creighton, right? With the Creighton?
Yeah, he went to Creighton, man. And so I got to give it to P, man. I got to give it to P.
Nah, Pierre, man, I remember watching him play. Even from high school and then seeing him in like some of these pro-am games. Yeah. And I'm just like, this dude is so effortless when he plays.
Seriously, man. It was honestly, man, I try to tell people this, man, and it's so tough, but you play so many high school games. I don't even know how many played it now. Right. Like, our ball records are like 32 and like 7.
And that's every year.
Right, you know what I'm saying? But, man, it was just days like Pierre going off, especially being point guard. I'm just giving him the ball. Yeah. Like, you ain't finna stop him, bro. Yeah. Here comes a 6'4" lanky guard. You finna either shoot the jumper or you ain't going to the hoop. You know what I mean? And so
I remember when we played y'all, man. Like our meetings, bro. It was just like, all right, who's gonna guard who? You know what I'm saying? So we did a lot of zone against y'all because we couldn't match up.
And we had shooters too. You know what I'm saying?
That's the crazy thing.
When Piala came, it kind of made my job because I just had scores around me. You know what I'm saying? Just give them the ball. Real play some defense, man, and when you need to score, put it in the hoop. Yeah. Well, just get these dudes the ball and get out the way, man. P. Allen was one of them for sure.
Yeah. I do remember we did kind of hold P. Allen to probably like less than 7 points in that first half.
Yeah, man, honestly, it was a close game, man, and then we pulled away kind of late. I do remember that, man. Yeah. And, but, man, I do remember that night being big for us for sure.
Oh, yeah. I just know that because y'all deserved it, man. You know what I'm saying? Whoever won that game definitely deserved it. It wasn't one of those things where, there's anything behind it.
No doubt.
Pierre Jackson or Marcus Banks?
Ooh, Marcus Banks.
Yeah,
man.
That's a legend.
Anybody didn't see Marcus Banks play? Yeah. Know how dirty he is, man.
Yeah, my man is. He's cold, bro.
With the rock in his head, man, Marcus is giving you it's on any given night, man. You know what I'm saying? And so. Marcus Banks, I got to give it to him.
Yeah, 100%. He's for real a Vegas legend right there. And he does a lot for the community, man.
No doubt, no doubt. Pierre dirty too, don't get me wrong.
Oh, yeah, Pierre's nasty, man. Especially for his size, man.
It's ridiculous.
Let's do some music. Mobb Deep or the Locks?
Oh, the Locks, man. Listen, man. Jada Kiss is my guy, but I came up on the Locks too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Styles P.
Yeah.
Sheek Luch.
Yeah, man.
Man, they're my dudes. The Locks is my dudes.
Yeah, this one for me is hard. I can't pick. I always drink to this one, man. I gotta drink to this one.
Yeah, drink to that one.
Because I'm a big fan of Prodigy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Prodigy. And
no doubt,
but the Locks, man, they just hold it down. Every single one of them.
Yeah, Mobb Deep is cool. You know what I'm saying? They paved the way too. What's crazy is, man, I be following these like old hip hop. They putting the reels up and Mobb Deep. You know what I'm saying? You see these Mobb Deep joints for sure, man.
Yeah.
So I just gotta go with the Locks for me.
Yeah,
for sure.
I feel you, man. Especially what they did to Dipset, man. You seen that?
Yeah, for sure, man. They went in.
Yeah. All right, Lauryn Hill or Erykah Badu?
Oh, that's a tough one, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I might have to drink to that one.
Yeah, we can drink to that one, man. We can drink to that one, bro. We can drink to that.
Yeah, no doubt.
Sir. Yeah, I can't choose on this one either, man. I think I probably lean more towards Badu, just because on a level of performances, I went to a Lauryn Hill show and she was 2 hours late.
Man, that's what I hear, man. Bro. It's like that's what I've read, man. This is the first person I've heard it from.
Yeah,
but it's like a ongoing thing, though, man. Like,
she's always late, man.
You know what I mean?
Didn't believe it until I went to the show, and it probably wasn't a full 2 hours, but it felt like two.
Right.
For sure, she was an hour late.
Right. Did she just pop on stage like it was nothing?
Yeah, she just pulled up, like like the band showed up, and she just pulled up, and then she started going. She didn't even address nothing.
Right.
Like I respect it. Fuck it.
Yeah,
Let's
go.
Jay-Z or Nas?
Man, the N, the A to the S-I-R. Listen, man.
Yeah, man.
Nas is the greatest ever. Nas is, I can't even explain it, man. That's my boy right there, though, man. I used to, what's crazy is I used to listen to a lot of Nas back in like early college days, man, on the iPod.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I used to catch the BART because I went to City College San Francisco.
That's right.
Yeah, so I used to catch the BART from San Francisco to like Dublin Pleasanton, man, just an hour of Nas, nonstop, man. But I had an ex-girl in high school, man, that was from Jersey.
Oh, dope.
And we used to always talk about Jay-Z in high school, and she'd be like, listen, man, I'm telling y'all. I'm telling y'all. We like, no, man, no. And then I got to listening.
Yeah.
Bro.
Oh, she put you on Nas?
Yeah, man. Nostradamus, man. Like, it's real.
Was that your first album?
Yeah, man. It was.
That's me too, man. Yeah.
So, I'm a huge fan, man. Nas is the greatest to me, man. And I'm a huge fan of those other guys. I think just when you put the lyrics together, like he may not have all the album sales as the Jay-Z, right? But when you're talking about bars and putting stories and lyrics together, man, there's nobody better. Nobody better, man.
Nobody better, but also Nas gave you that underdog feeling, man.
No doubt.
Because I had that same feeling. Nostradamus was the first album that I listened to fully from Nas. And then I just became a big Nas fan. And one of the biggest things I like to tell people is he had that song, I think it was called, he had a song called Rewind.
Yep.
And then he had a song called I Gave You Power. And Rewind was that song where he rapped a whole story backwards.
Yep.
Remember that?
Yep.
From when he caught his girl, or he was, I can't remember if he caught his girl cheating or if he was messing with a whiz. Yeah. And then all the way to the beginning. And then I Gave You Power when he was talking about he was a gun. Remember that?
Yeah, the dude was carrying around a gun.
Yeah.
But it's things like, though, the smooth flow, man. Just the smooth player flow. You know what I'm saying? Like
that Hennessy flow.
Yeah, bro. It's just like, dog, this is so dope.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then my man, the storytelling.
Yeah.
Like I just feel like there's no one better, man.
I feel you on that, man. I'm a big Nas fan. He's my favorite rapper of all time.
No doubt. That's big time.
I'm glad we connect on that for sure. All right, Nipsey or Tupac?
Woo. Listen, man. When you talk, we gotta drink to that one for sure, bro. I can't even. That was tough for sure.
Yeah,
bro.
man.
I can't even come up with extra because both of them, bro, like are near and dear to my heart for sure.
Yeah, same. I'm a big Tupac fan. I listened to him a lot when I was younger, and obviously I'm a big Nipsey fan for what he's done in the game in such a short time. Actually, got one of his book that Rob Kenner wrote right here.
Yeah.
So,
another one, man, I went through his list, obviously, and his books, The Way of the Superior Man.
Yeah. That's a good book. My brother gave me that book.
Man,
yeah.
It's a great book, man. Yeah. But rest in peace, Nip. Rest in peace,
both of them, man.
Yeah.
I fuck with it that you read books, man. That's like a lost art. You know?
Man. I got into it kind of during the pandemic. Actually, man, one one of these professors at our school,
Yeah.
older guy from the South, man, he got like 10 doctorates, I feel like, bro. Man, the man knows history. But he would give me these books, man, and to read. And they say when people give you books, man, like, you know, they care about you. So I would read these books, man. I started off with reading like these history books, like the Wilmington's Lie and stuff like that. But it also turned into, you know, reading coaching books. So Bill Walsh, I read about the early Niners and how he turned them around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I like to have a book in my hand, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like to read, man.
Actually, here, I'm gonna give you something, man. So I got Pat something. Speaking of coaches, but I got Pat something.
Word.
But this book right here, I don't know if you've ever heard it before. It's called Raise Your Game. It's by Alan Stein Jr.
Yeah, no, I heard
and he
that.
gives you the perspective of basically not how to be a coach, but how to be how to coach, how to be a player.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just a really good book. So since you read, man, I'm gonna give this to you,
It's
bro.
gonna get read too.
That
That's
shit,
for sure.
hey, that book right there, I read that shit so quick.
Yeah,
That's a good read,
that's
man.
how I'll be running
And I
through
started
it.
reading it a second time, man. So my bookmarks in there, but
Oh, for sure.
read that, man. That's a
I
good
definitely
joint.
will.
Pusha T or Fabolous?
I'm gonna go Pusha T, man.
That's my guy.
You know, I like Fab. You know, obviously growing up in the Fab has some dope joints, man. But I've never been like that overly Fab guy. Like you got those overly Fab dudes. You know what I'm saying? And I met them, and I understand it. Like I get it. He can spit. Like, but it's just never been my dude. And so I got pushed though.
Yeah, nasty.
Even from the earlier days.
With
you know
clips.
what I'm saying? Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I'm from Virginia. You know what I'm
Ain't shit
saying?
to do but cook. Yeah, man.
So Push has always been my guy for sure.
Good answer, man. All right, we got a few more. Denzel Washington or Will Smith?
Denzel, man.
Yeah.
Gotta go Denzel. Like, I watched Fences, right? And it just, Viola Davis too, for sure. But
that's
Denzel,
a great
man,
movie though, man.
Yeah, but
I think people slept on that shit.
Yeah, but Fences, man, it started out as a play. You know what I mean?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was a very popular play, like back in the day, right? Okay. And so, if you watch it from the movie perspective, just understanding like they're turning this into a movie. Like this is all off of a play. Like the scenes. That's why there's not many scenes. Yeah, you get what I'm saying?
That's
like
true.
It was just the house,
it's just kind of right there. Yeah,
right. And so these people are acting their ass off, bro.
Yeah, that's true.
Just off of these few scenes. Off of just this time period of this play.
Yeah.
And Denzel did a great job, man.
I gotta watch it again.
Yeah, you gotta watch it, man.
You said that.
And even the meaning behind the fences, man.
Yeah.
Just that's why he was building that fence. He's trying to keep something out, and he's trying to keep himself in. You know what I mean? Like, but if you look, James Earl Jones plays the original, but it was originally a play. Yeah.
Damn, I didn't know that. That's fire, man.
Yeah.
You know, I gotta ask this question because like our mutual friends, they're creatives, right?
Right.
Did you ever get like into did you ever make music or?
So it's funny, man. Me and Jeremiah, like my sophomore year, man, we had this music class, right?
Yeah.
And our computer, it was like a music computer class, man. Yeah. We make beats on computers and stuff.
Oh, that's fire.
And it kind of started there, man. I could see where Jeremiah's love started for. But I kind of went to where like sports, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we get together, make some rap songs and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But with Jeremiah and my other friends kind of took it a little differently. Like I've always had that love for it, you know what I mean? But I think, kind of where your creatives go. Because
you have like an artistic mind.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Man.
And as a coach, I feel like that's important to have a very creative, artistic mind because you could think outside the box.
Right, no doubt, man. I think that definitely helps too, man. It not only in that, but some people sit around and they've been doing things, the way they've done it for 20 years.
Yeah.
But like you said, man, I've dealt with creatives. I even, obviously we came up in, I think the millennials too, man, we have the best life. Like we came up in so many dope things,
that's
right?
True.
The computer and all of that stuff, right? LimeWire, all of this.
We seen technology
advance to what we see now, man. And so being creative, I think it's in all of us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
And putting into our way of life, man. You know what I mean? And so I think that's the way I go about it too, man. But I never thought of it that way till you just put it that way.
Because I just we've talked before a few times in the past, but it's always been like artistic. You know what I mean? Like, and then now just this interview, like we're having this conversation, and it's like you bring up a lot of artistic viewpoints.
Yeah, no doubt, man. And I think it's too important though too, man. Is It's important to view art though, man.
Yeah, you
in
have
many
to.
different ways, man. It helps you. They say like a person who doesn't read a book lives one life.
Mm-hmm.
Person who reads many books lives many lives.
That's
it's
crazy,
the truth.
man. That is the truth.
It's just the truth, man.
Yeah.
And I think it's the same way with art, music, right?
Yeah.
Different type of things, man.
Yeah, I got to get back into books, man. I used to read a lot, but I haven't been lately. My best friend is a big bookhead, and my girl reads books.
Yeah, man, it's dope.
So I got it. Now you read. I got to get into it, man.
Even if you get the Audible, man, the Game of Thrones books, man, I killed the Audible. So
I should, right?
Right.
All right, last one: loyalty or respect?
Oh man. I think that's actually a tough one.
Yeah, it is, man.
It's a tough one because I think there's different type of respects, right? Like I respect you for who you are, what you stand for,
right?
Or I know you deeply, and that brings the respect.
Yeah.
And sometimes, when you talk about loyalty, right? Loyalty can be had through many different things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Coercion or whatever the case may be, man. So, through that explanation alone, I think I got to go with respect. You know what I mean?
100%.
I think it's just more. It stands on something a little more hardened. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true. Because I mean, you could respect, and like you said, just the two levels, right? You respect somebody for you might not even know who they are,
right?
And then you got the deep reverence of somebody where you respect them because you do know who they are,
right.
And then sometimes loyalty can be used against that type of stuff.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
No, for sure.
And it can hurt you too. Sometimes you can be respect, and then from a distance,
right?
So yeah. 100%.
Well, and I think too, because just because I'm loyal doesn't mean that respect is there. It can be there for many different reasons.
Yeah.
So.
Very true, man. Very true, man. I actually, if I was a football player, I probably would want you to be my head coach too,
doubt,
man.
Just come through, pull up, man.
Man, I might have to.
They gotta pull up on us, man. Nah, man.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing, man. Like I tell these kids, man. Like I play video games, bro. I listen to rap music. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to listen to the new Lil Baby. Now some of the stuff y'all listen to, I'll be telling them, man, hey, turn that off. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We can talk about it. We can talk about what just happened in the boxing match between whoever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I can also sit you down and say, listen, bro, you're messing up, man.
Yeah.
And I'm here to tell you that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's the relation factor, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it ain't pushed. It's real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. That's perfect, man. I want to segue into this. I want to talk some more football, man.
Word.
You signed 33 players.
Yeah.
For this next season, which is crazy.
Yeah, no doubt. We actually signed like 38. We signed like 5 after that. That article came out. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And as a head coach, I want to know what are you looking for before you recruit a player, and what are you looking for while you're recruiting them?
So listen, man. Like if I'm recruiting a player, like I saw their highlight, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get in contact with them. I know they can play. There's a reason I'm calling.
Yeah.
I need to know what type of person you are. You know 100%. What I'm saying? Like, that's big, man. And I think, a lot of kids or a lot of parents don't really understand that. Mm-hmm. It's like, I need to understand who I'm bringing into my program. Like, I already know who's here.
Yeah.
Like, kids make mistakes, right? And I'm here to help them do that. But if this is a kid that I got to babysit all the time, and I mean by that, like, I got to make sure he going to class. I got to make sure he always talking to people the right way, right? I got to always make sure he's doing the right thing in the community. Or whenever we got workouts and I walk in to do roll, he walking in 30 seconds right before the whistle blows.
Yeah.
And so it's these questions that you ask, like, okay, what type of kid is he? A leader? Mm-hmm. Do his teammates like him? What do his teachers think? What does his math teacher think about him?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and so the type of people I can get into the building is huge to me, man, because everybody's going to have talented people. Mm-hmm. Can you get those talented people to work together and do the right thing and move in the right direction?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so when you got people who think they above and beyond doing it the right way or living up to the standard,
right,
that's when it's tough, man. That's when it's tough. So for me, we already know you can play. That's the reason we're talking to you. So what type of people are we dealing with? What type of young man are you going to develop into?
Right.
Are you humble? Do you want to work? Or do you just like recruiting? You like posting, hey, my 27th offer from, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Because you run into a lot of those kids that just...
that's the error with these kids, man.
And so, do you love getting up at 5 a.m.?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or, do you love the 3 p.m. practice in the summer?
Right.
And so those are the things you try to find out through the process, and you find out through their parents and asking coaches. And so those are the big things we try to find out through the process, man.
Yeah, that's dope, man. And actually, a lot of successful coaches that I talk to, they say the same things.
Yeah.
And I think you have to be like that when you're trying to get people on your squad. Because, like you said, you don't have to babysit like one player the whole time,
Man. We don't got time, man. I don't have time to be like, hey, man, I need you to go to class.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to teach you and your teammates, how to be successful.
Yeah.
And so now you're taking away time for me to have these conversations with you when we could be doing other stuff that is more pointing to you being successful. Right. But now I'm going to take this time out to teach you these lessons. But after a while, when it comes destructive to your teammates, now it's time for me to make a decision whether you should be on this team or not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what it comes to.
Yeah. So it's one thing for you to obviously recruit these players, but also at the college level, or I guess high school going into college, the player is the one that chooses the school they go to. So what do you do to keep a recruit's attention? Man,
honestly, it's I liken it to, man, you're trying to talk to your lady, man. You know what I mean? You calling and all of that stuff. And so for recruiting for me, man, I'm going to call you. You're going to come down and visit.
Yeah.
You and your parents are going to see the campus, right? But we're going to call. I'm going to talk to you on the phone. We're going to FaceTime, right? And it's really just getting to know them. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, man, what do you like to do? What are you looking for in a school? You know what I'm saying? And so it's building that relationship over time. Yeah. But honestly, man, it's really... just like talking to your lady, man. If you're interested in somebody, right? You're gonna show that interest genuinely.
Yeah.
And so for us, we're gonna recruit, show interest, and it's really just selling a car, right? Selling anything except for we're selling our campus, selling our university, selling our football program, man. And it's really just selling the genuineness of it. A family atmosphere. And me showing the parents, like, hey, your son is going to come to us, and when he comes back to you, he's going to be ready for the world. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be a better man, and he's going to be ready to take on life. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Through the teachings that we teach through football. And so those are the biggest things we try to teach throughout the recruiting process. My bad, it's staying on these young men every day. Like, you can't go, like, if you really want a kid and you go 2 weeks without talking to him, you don't want him.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? You don't want them.
They don't want me.
Yeah, they don't want you, man. I'm not going 2 weeks without talking to a good recruit. So.
Right. So what are some of the things that separate your organization from the rest of the RMAC conference, or even now in this case, it's Division I, Division III, NAIA?
Honestly, man, I really couldn't tell you just because I know how we do it. You feel what I'm saying?
That's true.
And so for me, man, we gonna have a family atmosphere, right? Like, you're not gonna. I'm just not the head coach, right? My door's gonna be open. You got a bad day, a tough day, my door is open for you to come talk to me. But you better, and I tell my kids too, I'm better than a friend. Like, I'm going to tell you I'm going to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not going to let you do what you want to do because that's not the real world.
Right.
So if you're a second late, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Right? You got the kids like, Coach, it's only a minute. Like, no, you're late. Like, if you got a job and you're a minute late 2 days in a row, somebody's going to be talking to you. You're going to be reprimanded. Yeah. And so those are the lessons I'm teaching rather than, you're right, son, it's only a minute. No, that minute is crucial. We could have been started this meeting a minute ago. Yeah. But you walking in here because the world revolves around you.
100%.
So those are the small things that we teach, you know what I'm saying? And other people do, but so we talk about when, man, what's important now? It's a process. So, when we were little, you come home and, you're all right, hey, did you guys win? Well, that's talking about the result, right?
Right.
We talk about the process, what's important now. So Monday, did you go to class, right? Did you go to the training table? Did you go to meetings? Like, what's important now? So your class was the most important thing this morning. Then the next thing was the most important thing. Yeah. Then when we get to practice, that's the most important thing. So everything is a process. Because if you're jumping off sides on Saturday, you probably was doing it on Wednesday. You know what I mean? That just don't happen.
That's true, 100%.
It just don't, you know what I'm saying? And so our process, and then we talk about no excuses. Yeah. No matter how valid the excuse is, it never changes your performance. Yeah. Right? Oh, man, why did you do this? Oh, coach, because I had to go around the corner. It doesn't matter. Like, I had a kid say, hey, coach, man, I got pulled over. This is why I'm going to be late to study hall. Right. Well, maybe you should have left early.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, you shouldn't be speeding.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So what are we talking about?
Yeah.
you have a valid excuse, but it never changed that you were late.
Yeah.
And so a valid excuse never changed the performance. And so once we can get past those two things, and I can say no excuses, now I can really look at my mistake and move forward.
Yeah.
Rather than finding an excuse of why I made that mistake. So
Gems, man.
Yeah, no doubt, man.
Man, I'm gonna help you recruit a little bit. If y'all watching this, man, I'm gonna just let you know, Coach Harrison, man, he comes from a good group of people. A lot of your folks that you're close with are very successful.
No doubt.
Or they're in the process, right? And just if anyone's listening to this, man, and you're trying to get to know your coach, I think it's a great way to do it, right? Because we're very loose with it, right?
No, right.
This is a lot of gems, man. And I think a lot of athletes need to take into consideration what you're telling them right now. You know, because this isn't just for you. You know what I'm saying? Or from you. A lot of coaches are also like this.
Right, man. There's a lot of great coaches. I mean, I didn't make this stuff up.
You didn't make it up. You got somebody else.
Coaches man. And you know, my coaches at Missouri were great in the Jarrell. Listen, bro, you messing up. Like, it's you. And so it's crazy, man. When I be at Missouri, man, I got in trouble a few times. And, you know, in life, a lot of people like, man, they picking on me. Right. At Missouri, I really looked back and I had to say, Jarrell, it's you.
Yeah.
It's you.
Look in the mirror.
You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, those times that my coaches held me accountable. Yeah. You know, when you're thinking like, man, why coach tripping, man? And I get those too now. You know, the kid might be mad at me, you know, man, coach tripping. And then, you know, 2 weeks later, or honestly, a couple hours later, they laughing with me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because they know, you know, Coach Harrison ain't finna go for that. You know what I mean? And so I don't got a million rules. I don't got a million rules hanging up on the wall. Yeah. You know the standard. Yeah. You know the standard on how to act in class. Yeah. You know the standard on how to act in the community. You know what I'm saying? And so live up to the standard. Yeah.
Gems, man. I don't know how many gems are in this episode alone.
No doubt, man.
You know, but again, I do appreciate you for coming through. Like you said earlier before, you know, coaches, you have your goals. You want to, you know, probably coach at the highest level. Is Adams State, are they open to that for you? Do you have those conversations with your AD? Do they talk to you every year?
It's not like we talk about it every year. I think it's understood. Like, I love my job where we're at. And we know that this is where we're at in our career. Mm-hmm. But I think we all have goals of, you know, being a Division I coach or whatever the case may be. Yeah. But we all have our dreams. And it's not like something that I bring up like all the time. Like after every single year, I want to. When it happens, it happens. And as my career grows, it grows. But you know, I think it's well known. Like, you know, hey, we are at this point in our careers, and this is a great point. Being a head coach at the NCAA, there's about 700 NCAA football coaches in the country. Yeah, and I'm one of them.
And you're one of them.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, think about all the people in this country. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so that I'm at a great point in my career, but obviously you still have those goals. But in order to even be, you know, to attain those goals, you need to do good where you're at. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You need to be where your feet are. Mm-hmm. And so we talk about that all the time, being where your feet are. Mm-hmm. And I got to be where my feet are to even obtain those goals. Yeah. So those goals are written down. They go put somewhere because I got to do good where I'm at. Right. And then everything else will take care of itself. You know what I'm saying? So
do you put the word out every off season, or you just kind of just let it happen? Because I know, like, your former positions coach at Missouri got the head coaching job at UNLV.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, if you want to talk about it, what was that process like for you?
Yeah, and so for you know, you don't really put the word out. People know you're coaching, right? Yeah. Now you do put the word out when you're really trying to move. Like, hey, this is what I'm trying to do, man. Keep an eye out for me. But I'm a head coach. You know what I'm saying? So people are looking to see what type of job I'm doing, right? Mm-hmm. Or to see, you know, how I turn this thing around or whatever the case may be. So in my position, they're going to look and see what the resume is talking about. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then, of course, there's people out there that you know that are coming up that may be looking for something. And so it can happen many different ways. You know what I'm saying? You're doing a good job and somebody gives you a call. Or someone you know gets a job and they're giving you a call. And so like you said, Coach Odom is at UNLV. That's my guy, man. That was my position coach. True, it's my man's, you know what I'm saying? And so maybe he may have something for me down the road, you know what I'm saying? And so, you know, that connection is there, right? Yeah. And the call could come. And it could be based off Jarrell, you had a really good year. Or it could be like, hey, I'm need this because you're from Vegas. You know, you never know what it could be.
Right.
And it could never come. You know what I'm saying? So it's really just doing good where you are.
Live where you're at now.
Right. Because you just never know what could happen. I could get a call for another head coaching job and be coaching against Coach Odom.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and so the future, you never know in this business, man. You just never know.
You never know. Colorado State might hit you up and be like, hey,
never know, man.
Mountain West rivals, you know?
Yeah, a coach from our conference, let's let his team to the national championship. They lost. He's the head coach at the University of San Diego now.
That's fire, man.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you just never know, man. But I know, obviously, those dreams are awesome, man. But I do know Adams State is where I'm at. That's where I'm supposed to be. I got a great group of coaches and young men, man, and putting together a great product there. That'll help everything else. But right now, being good there is where it's at.
Yeah, and I think having that focus to where you appreciate where you're at, you understand where you're at, and you're focused on your group no matter what. Right. And just like at any moment, man, like you did when you were in high school, you were preparing for that season in Vegas, you got the call, right?
Yeah.
And then you take the steps when you do get them. And I think that's actually an important lesson, not just for coaches in general, but for players as well. Now that you got transfer portals, now that you have all these eligibilities, red shirt, and or you have the opportunity to get all these offers and have your top 5 and choose these schools. Like, live where you're at now.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And when you do get that phone call, assess the situation then, right?
Yep. I mean, we all do it, right? We all got we think ahead a little bit, but I think you always have to have that foundation of being where you at, man, because you can get lost and lose on the little things, man, of the here and now. You know?
100%, man. That's some good gems, man. I'm learning a lot just from sitting here. I appreciate you for being here. All right, we got a few more questions, man, just so people get to know you more.
Yeah.
Off the top, as you know, I ain't even talked to you about this interview. Give you anything ahead of time. Off the top, man. 3 people you have dinner with, dead or alive.
Oh, man, that's a great question. First one will be Nas. I'm going to be honest with you.
Okay, there you go. That's a good one.
Yeah, man. The next one I probably got to go with is John Thompson, man, the Georgetown coach.
Yeah,
man.
The guy that picked up Allen Iverson.
Yeah, man. I read his book, I Came as a Shadow. Yeah. It's actually a dope one, man.
Check that out.
Yeah, so with the coaching and everything, like out of the coaching books I've read, like John Thompson would have been a dope coach to get down and they need a 30 for 30, bro. Like I don't know. Yeah, man. I don't know. John Thompson is the one coach we need a 30 for 30 for. Yeah. And it's ridiculous we don't have one for him, man. Or some type of documentary. So yeah, we went Nas, John Thompson. The third, man. Ooh.
It could be anybody, man. Anybody.
Yeah, man. I probably would have to go with I probably would go with Malcolm X, man.
Oh, yeah, that's a fire one.
Yeah, man. I've always been intrigued by Malcolm, man. And I think it'll be interesting to be able to sit down and have a convo with him for sure. Man,
and with Nas and John Thompson, because you already know Nas, man. Like he spoke a lot about Malcolm X. You know what I mean?
I think that would be fire, man. You know what I'm saying? Those 3 right there. Would definitely be my choices for sure.
I'm about to be your server.
Yeah, pull up, man. You might as well sit down.
You might as well sit down, man. All right, top 3 movies of all time.
Oh man, Life.
Yeah, that's a good movie. I forgot about that joint.
Man. I used to watch that crazy as a kid, man.
Yeah.
Oh man, so I've never been a huge movie guy, man.
Okay.
But Life, I guess I got to go with movies that would strike me as a kid, man. Me and my brothers would watch this nonstop, man. 3 Ninjas, man.
3 Ninjas is fire, bro. That's I love that movie, man.
Yeah, I'm going deep back, man.
Yeah.
And I probably got to go with Man on Fire.
That's a good movie too.
Yeah, probably go with
Man on Fire. Gotta throw a Denzel movie.
Yeah, you got to throw one in there, man, for sure, man.
That's a good movie, man. All right, man. Playing 7-on-7s.
Right.
All right. You're one of the players.
Okay.
You could choose any position, whether you're the QB or one of the receivers. But after you choose your position, what 5 of the players, because the snap, once he snaps, he can't really be part of the play. But who's the other 5 players that's playing with you?
Well, I'm going to play receiver, man. So we talking about league guys, right?
League guys, yeah.
Pat Mahomes.
QB. All right.
Point blank, period, bro.
Okay.
We start there first.
Who's your other 4 receivers with you playing?
Ooh, Tyreek Hill. We're going to put him in the slot.
Okay.
Outside, I'm going. What's my man from the Bengals? Chase, is it Jamar Chase?
Jamar Chase. Yep.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And then I'm going Justin Jefferson on the other outside.
All right.
And then we're going Waddle. My man from Miami.
Yeah, Waddle, man. He did a lot last season, man.
The speed, man.
Yeah.
The game is about speed now, man.
Yeah,
you can't get the speed from it because I want to. It's like running in basketball. Yeah, you get it off the rim and go, man.
Right.
The way these dudes got speed at the receiver spots is wild now, man.
100%, man. These dudes is running, man.
It's wild, man.
You just got to get open. That's it,
man.
Yeah,
just get open, get them the ball, man. Turn around like Tyreek Hill. Just turn around, man. Let me get you the ball real quick and house it. You know what I mean?
So we got you at receiver. Patrick Mahomes is throwing to you guys. You got Tyreek Hill, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, and Waddle.
Yep, and Waddle.
Yeah.
That's a fire core, man.
You
guys might win a lot.
Yeah, we got some speed over there, man. Not including myself, but you know, we got some speed for sure.
Yeah, you might be the one after everybody's covering them, like, hey, man, I'm open now.
I'm sub in. Y'all stay in there. Y'all stay in.
That's dope. All right, man. We're about to close it off.
No doubt.
But first, I want to give you your flowers, man. I appreciate you for coming through.
Man.
I know you're a busy guy. The words, the knowledge, the wisdom that you gave us today, I think is going to go a long way.
Word, man. Appreciate you having me.
Of course, man. And just being a coach, bro, from whatever level, youth, NCAA, you're giving back to people, to these men that, like you said earlier, they're probably going to remember you for the rest of their lives.
No doubt, man.
You know what I'm saying? So I want to just tell you, man, I appreciate people like you because as a former coach myself, one of the first things that I put into my mind is I just want to make sure these people live a good life.
Man, that's the biggest thing, man.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's the way to live life, bro.
Yeah, it is, man.
If you're thinking, man, like, we all coaches, right? We all teachers, man.
Exactly.
And, you know, I don't think of myself just as a coach. I'm a teacher, man. But I also want to thank you for having me, man.
Appreciate
and this platform is huge.
Yeah.
To give people to talk to, man. And I think keep it going, man. Keep it going.
I appreciate that, man. All right, the last thing I want to cover is before you head out, somebody that you want to see on the show or that you feel will be great for the show. But before you answer, you got to help me get them on here.
Word.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It could be anybody, man. Anybody you know that would benefit or whatever. We just have a great conversation like this one.
Man, so, all right. So what's funny, man, it's funny how small the world is, man.
Yeah.
So I went to City College of San Francisco, right? And one of my teammates, man, was a 5-star linebacker from USC. He got bounced back.
Yeah.
He was from Oakland. Big J fan, right?
Okay.
And so our lockers were next to each other. So we always busting J, Nas, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so we both had really good years, man. And so we both went to Missouri. So we ended up being college roommates.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, man. And he was on the Forbes like last week.
Really?
Or no, excuse me, a couple years ago. Excuse me. And he lives out here now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, man, that's my dude, man.
Yeah.
That's my boy. But, man, businessman, like, super smart, bro. Like, in the hip-hop paintings and shit. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
dope, man.
But, no, he would be a dope guest. Josh Tatum, man.
Josh Tatum.
You know, you talk about someone who, you know, was a 5-star high school kid. They saying, you know, he's going to be in the NFL. And he's just a great businessman. You know
that's
I mean?
amazing.
Like,
I would love to have a conversation with someone like him.
No, he's dope, bro.
I'll do my research, man. And if he's in town, man, I wouldn't mind even just go grabbing lunch real quick.
No,
he's chopping it up before
for sure.
We get in.
Well, I'm gonna definitely link y'all, man.
Definitely,
for sure.
All right, yo, Jarrell, I appreciate you for coming down again.
Appreciate it, man.
Yo, make sure you guys check him out. Adams State University.
No, Grizz, man.
Grizzlies are gonna be playing this season. Obviously, they play every season.
Yeah,
but, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, so. Good luck this season, bro.
Appreciate it, man.
And then I hope to have you back, man.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Well, next time I'm in town, for sure, gotta stop by.
For sure, man.
Appreciate you having me.
All right, y'all. We love y'all. Peace, man.
Peace.